television's exciting Solid Gold Dancers. And from the top of the world's record charts, the very special sound of Air Supply. From the Smash CBS series Dallas, our hostess, the lovely Morgan Brittany. Television star and our host this evening, Michael Young. And from right here in Lakeland, Florida, the 75-piece Lakeland High School Marching Band. And the Florida Southern College Men's Ensemble. Ladies and gentlemen, your host for this evening, Michael Young.
Thank you very much, and welcome to the world premiere of the Miss Teen USA pageant from the beautiful and ultra-modern Civic Center here in Lakeland, Florida. We're glad to be here. You know, each of our contestants is a winner of her individual state pageant, and each will be wearing a costume of her own choice, identified with her home state. And our winner will receive more than $100,000 in prize money and merchandise. You bet. Now, it's fitting that our young ladies who have grown up in the age of the computer will have their judges' votes entered and tabulated by a computer. You at home will, of course, be judging right along with our panel, I'm sure. So why not grab a pencil and a piece of paper and keep track of your own selections, okay? Also, by the way, if our winner tonight meets the age requirements, she will be the 52nd entrant in the Miss USA pageant to be held next May. Therefore, it's conceivable that our winner tonight could become Miss Teen USA, then Miss USA, and then finally go on to become Miss Universe. 3 lifetimes worth of honors, all in 1 year. So now it's time to meet the stars of our show, our candidates in the Miss Teen USA Parade of States. Introduce them to you state by state. First, the young lady from Alabama.
Hello, I'm Jill Renee Johnson from Orly, Alabama.
Alaska.
Good evening, everyone. I am Linda K. Vickers from Fairbanks, Alaska.
Arizona.
Hello, my name is Chris Klein from Scottsdale, Arizona.
Voted Miss Amity, Arkansas.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Nancy Boyd from Manila, Arkansas.
California.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sean Gardner from Modesto, California.
Colorado.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Julie Meyer from Brighton, Colorado.
Connecticut.
Hi, I'm Beth Baldwin, and I'm from Fairfield, Connecticut.
Delaware.
Hi, I'm Laura Ensign, and I'm from Wilmington, Delaware.
District of Columbia.
Hi, I'm Patricia Custis, and I'm from Woodbridge, District of Columbia.
Florida.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Lauren from Winter Park, Florida.
Georgia.
Hello, my name is Kelly Gerald, and I'm from Perry, Georgia.
Hawaii.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Erica Matz from Honolulu, Hawaii.
Idaho.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Tammy Hamilton from Nampa, Idaho.
Voted Miss Photogenic, Illinois.
Hello, everyone. I'm Linda Burkholder from Lansing, Illinois.
Indiana.
Good evening. I'm Julie James from Warsaw, Indiana.
Iowa.
Hello, my name is Kim Heck, and I'm from Des Moines, Iowa.
Kansas.
Hi, I'm Melissa Lysak from Russell, Kansas.
Kentucky.
Hello, everyone. I'm Krista Keith from Edgewood, Kentucky.
Louisiana.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dale Cavalier of Houma, Louisiana.
Maine.
Hi, my name is Gina Duval, and I'm from Auburn, Maine.
Maryland.
Good evening. I'm Carla Kemp from Clinton, Maryland.
Voted the best state costume, Massachusetts.
Good evening. I'm Christine Lawler from Chelsea, Massachusetts.
Michigan.
Hi, I'm Tessa McBride from Farmington Hills, Michigan.
Minnesota.
Hello, my name is Kimberly Ann S., and I'm from Shakopee, Minnesota.
Mississippi.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Teresa Zucconi from Leyland, Mississippi.
Missouri.
Hi, I'm Lisa Legan from Columbia, Missouri.
Montana.
Hi, I'm Leslie Lucas from Miles City, Montana.
Nebraska.
I'm Jackie Koenig from Lincoln, Nebraska.
Nevada.
Hello, I'm Kimberly Cannon from Las Vegas, Nevada.
New Hampshire.
Good evening, my name is Maureen Murray, and I'm from Merrimack, New Hampshire.
New Jersey.
Good evening, I'm Sherry Drummond, and I'm from Lake Hiawatha, New Jersey.
New Mexico.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Eloisa Cerna. I am from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
New York.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ruth Zakarian, and I'm from Amsterdam, New York.
North Carolina.
Good evening. My name is Janet Freeman, and I'm from Asheville, North Carolina.
North Dakota.
Hello, I'm Lisa Rubin from Grand Forks, North Dakota.
Ohio.
Hello, I'm Jamie Cleary from Martin Spire, Ohio.
Oklahoma.
Good evening. I'm Lorna Webb from Ada, Oklahoma.
Oregon.
Hello, I'm Gretchen Thelma from Gresham, Oregon.
Pennsylvania.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Diane Hoyes from Washington, Pennsylvania.
Rhode Island.
Hi, everyone. I'm Melissa Sciarra from Warwick, Rhode Island.
South Carolina.
Hello, everyone. I'm Beth Woodard from Aiken, South Carolina.
South Dakota.
Good evening. I'm Karen Diane Hernus from Pierpont, South Dakota.
Tennessee.
Hello, I'm Sheree Dotson from Waverly, Tennessee.
Texas.
Hello, my name's Sherry Schultz, and I'm from Lubbock, Texas.
Utah.
Hello, everyone. I'm Natalie DeGraff from Farmington, Utah.
Vermont.
Hi, I'm Cindy Gentili from Charlotte, Vermont.
Virginia.
Hello, my name is Tina Morocco, and I'm from McLean, Virginia.
Washington.
Good evening. I'm Rhonda Monroe from Linwood, Washington.
West Virginia.
Hello, my name is Kay Skadden. I'm from Newell, West Virginia.
Wisconsin.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jane Zawada from Niagara, Wisconsin.
Wyoming.
Hello, everyone. I'm Shanna Thompson from Casper, Wyoming.
And those are the 51 candidates for the title of Miss Teen USA 1983.
Aren't they lovely? Hi. Dallas, I'm Catherine Wentworth. But here in Lakeland, Florida, I'm Morgan Brittany. And I'm delighted to be your hostess for this, the first Miss Teen USA pageant. Throughout the evening, I'll be taking you to various spots backstage and around the auditorium. Right now, I'm at my computer readout station. Our judges will make the official decisions and will register their scores for each contestant on computer terminals like this one. Our main computer will then average the judges' scores for each girl, and those results will be shown on your screen. Now, nobody here in the Civic Center tonight will see those scores. They're strictly for you, the television audience. We'll learn who our 10 semifinalists are after we take a tour of the Lakeland area with all 51 candidates in a special swimsuit segment, following this word from Head and Shoulders.
Now, we're about to bring you a special fashion segment with our young ladies enjoying their new Sunset Beach swimsuits by Catalina. Now, the preliminary swimsuit competition was held right here on this stage, with each young woman wearing a suit of the same design. The scores you're going to see during this segment are the ones given each girl during that competition. Now, there are many spots of scenic beauty in the Lakeland area, and much of the natural setting has to do with water. There are many lakes, of course, and to the delight of boat enthusiasts, many canals connecting those lakes. The beauty of the Lakeland area provides us with some wonderful settings for a swimwear fashion fun tour with our 51 contestants. At the Casa Loma complex on Scott Lake, there were a variety of activities including water skiing, swimming, and everyone's favorite, just relaxing by the pool, which is where we found a couple of young ladies wearing the latest in one-piece tank suits. Shanna K. Thompson of Wyoming and Miss Colorado Julie Evelyn Meyer. A game of Scrabble helps pass the time between swims for Natalie DeGraw of Utah and Cherie Dotson, who's Miss Tennessee. Now, the side of the swimming pool is the sunning spot chosen by Patricia Custis of the District of Columbia and Sherry Schultz, Miss Texas. Before moving on, we meet a couple of young ladies whose swimsuits show how the popular bold graphic designs are in this year, Nevada's Kim Cannon and Sean Gardner of California. Our fashion show moves to Fort DeSoto Beach, where the birds join us for some bird's-eye views of another group of contestants. Now, this threesome, trying unsuccessfully to net some small fish, is made up of North Dakota's Lisa Rubin, Kathy McBride, Miss Michigan, and Laura Teresa Zapponi, who's from Mississippi. If you like clam chowder, you have to like it even more knowing that the clams were dug by two lovely ladies like Lisa Logan from Missouri and Delaware's Laura Michelle Insland. Our cast of candidates includes this casting fisherwoman wearing a suit of flattering mitered stripes. It's Kentucky's Krista Kalane Keefe. The volleyball game is fun for the spectators, but it can be a little bit tiring for some of the players. The one we see here stopping for a rest and a glass of you-know-what is Miss New York, Ruth Elizabeth Zakarian, as she joins North Carolina's Janet Freeman. Two more watchers are a pair of Dixie Lovelies, Miss South Carolina, Beth Woodard, and Kelly Jarrells, who's from Georgia. It looks like this candidate is getting her exercise cheering on her friends on the volleyball court. She's South Dakota's Karen Diane Herness. Now this is really living. You ride along the beach among the sea oats and the double-crested cormorants on an all-terrain cycle and have a chauffeur to boot. Now who lives that good? Arizona's Chris Kime, for one. Now as her chauffeur drives off, we're joined by a young lady who wants to get in some bird watching. Are they scissor-tailed flycatchers? Nope, they're herons, and certainly worth a 6,000-mile trip for Hawaii's Erica Matich. Occasionally you run into a cart with a problem, which seems to have happened to Pennsylvania's Diane Hoyes. And showing us this year's popular textured fabric suits are Miss New Hampshire, Maureen Ann Murray, and Tina Morocco, who's Miss Virginia. We're heading for the famous Cypress Gardens now, where this beautiful gazebo scene provides a background for still another sport for our young ladies. Yep, canoeing. Over the years, this has been a popular spot for weddings in this area. The pretty picture is made even prettier when we see some more contestants. The first is Vale Cavalier, who is Miss Louisiana. And here, paddling her own canoe, is Miss Arkansas, Angela Boyd. Now, canoeing was once a way of life for the Eskimos and Indians who lived in the home states of Alaska's Linda K. Fickus and Leslie Lucas, Miss Montana. Now, what more fitting cargo for a canoe than a picnic basket, like this one being delivered by Rhode Island's Melissa Sciarra to West Virginia's Kay Skadden, who passes it along to Tammy Hamilton, Miss Idaho, until finally it reaches and is opened by Beth Waldron, who happens to be the apple of Connecticut's eye. At the Imperial Lakes Country Club pool in Imperial Lakes, some young ladies from the Midwest tossed a beach ball around, from Indiana's Julie James to Miss Wisconsin, Jane Zawada, And on then to Kimberly Lane Heck from Iowa. An appreciative audience for one of our divers is made up of contestants who live a continent apart. Alabama's Jill Renee Johnson and Rhonda Monroe, Miss Washington. Coming prettily out of the pool in her white-trimmed wrap suit is Minnesota's Kimberly S. And perched alertly on the lifeguard chair is Linda Burkhalter from Illinois. From the opposite end of our country's east coast comes Miss Maine, Dina Duval. Now, you don't dive wearing sunglasses, as Oregon's Gretchen Lynn Thoma remembers, just before she and Miss Ohio, Jamie Kolaric, in her Bando Mayo swimsuit, get set to take the scenic route to the pool. Ready, set, go, ladies. Ah, now come on, doesn't that look refreshing? Now, these are the waters of Lake Hollingsworth, where a group of our contestants combine their fashion parade with still another favorite activity in the area, sailboating. At the Lakeland Yacht Club, they really got into it, not merely as passengers, but doing the chores, too. Here are two returning sailors, Christine Lawler from Massachusetts and Miss Marilyn Carla Kemp. From the Garden State to the Sunshine State has come Sherry Drummond, who is Miss New Jersey. Hoisting the sail like a real seafarer is Miss Nebraska, who is Jackie Kuning. Now, the entire crew of this boat consists of Oklahoma's Lorna Webb and our home state representative, Florida's Laura K. Erdman. Keeping things shipshape is what this contestant is doing. She's Miss Vermont, Cindy Gentili. And finally, we see the bold stripes and wet-look swimsuits of Miss Kansas, Melissa Lysak. And last but not least, Eloisa Maria Serna from New Mexico. And now it's through the sails and across the water to the Lud M. Spivey Fine Arts and Humanities Complex on the campus of Florida Southern College. Now, much of this beautiful campus was designed by distinguished architect Frank Lloyd Wright. And it's from there that we get a truly national greeting from our 51 Miss Teen USA candidates. And now our 51 young ladies in their Vicky Vaughn dresses are on stage with me. And they're on stage to learn which one of them our judges have chosen to be our 10 semi-finalists. Now, I admit to being impressed with the amount of effort that our judges have extended over the past week. Aware of the importance of their decisions, they have observed each contestant in our 3 areas of judging. One is the swimsuit competition, which I mentioned earlier. Also, there was an evening gown judging to be held. And, of course, each candidate was interviewed separately by each judge. Now, the score for these events went into our computer for averaging, and now I'm about to read the results. I remind you that the names will be called in no particular order. And as I announce each semifinalist, you will see her composite preliminary score on your screen. Okay, good luck to all of you. Our first semifinalist is Miss Kentucky. Our second semifinalist is from the West Coast, Miss California. Our third semifinalist is Miss Arkansas. Our fourth semifinalist is from the state of New York. Taking us halfway there is another Southern belle, Miss Texas. Our sixth semifinalist is Miss Washington. Our seventh semifinalist is a lucky girl from the state of Nevada. Three more girls with a chance to be Miss Teen USA, and one of them is Miss Virginia. Our ninth semifinalist is Miss Pennsylvania. We have one more girl with a chance of having the honor of being the first Miss Teen USA, and she's from the state of Georgia. Ladies and gentlemen, the Miss Teen USA semifinalists. Congratulations to you all.
As we show you some close-ups of our semifinalists, let me tell you a little about each of the 10 young women who've moved one step closer to being Miss Teen USA 1983. We know now who the 10 semifinalists are, and with the help of these cards, I'll tell you something about them. First, from Kentucky, the Commonwealth of Kentucky, comes Krista Kalaine Keith. She's a high school sophomore who enjoys singing gospel music at civic functions and on cable television. Angela Boyd calls Manila, Arkansas home. She's a recent high school graduate and will attend Arkansas State University in the fall. From the land of JR and the Dallas Cowboys comes Sherry Schultz of Lubbock, Texas. Sherry is a high school senior. Kim Cannon hails from Las Vegas, Nevada. An honor student and recent high school graduate, Kim plans to begin college this fall. Also a recent high school graduate, Diane Hoyes is our contestant from Pennsylvania. An avid sports fan, Diane enjoys swimming, skiing, and playing pool. The Peach State, Georgia sends us Kelly Gerald. Aspiring to a career in entertainment, Kelly recently had the honor of performing for the governor's inauguration in Atlanta. Representing the state of Virginia is Tina Morocco. A cheerleader and athlete, Tina is a high school medalist in track and field. Rhonda Monroe is a native of Linwood, Washington. She's a high school senior and a model. Ruth Elizabeth Zakarian represents the state of New York. She's a recent high school graduate who enjoys modeling and performing with an improvisational theater group in her community. And from Modesto, California, that's home for 17-year-old Sean Gardner. She's a high school junior and she works part-time as a modeling instructor. And those are our 10 semifinalists for Miss Teen USA. If you've been sharing the voting with our judges, how did you do? The next step is picking our 5 finalists, and you at home will see and hear everything upon which our judges will base their decisions. When we come back, we'll see how well our semifinalists respond to interview questions, all live and unrehearsed. From Lakeland, Florida, the Miss Teen USA pageant continues. After these words from Cam-A.
Have it right. We're going to ask our semifinalists to tell us something we should know about them, because now it's time for the Miss Teen USA interview competition. Now remember, after each interview, the home audience will see the score that our judges have given each one of the girls. We will begin the interviews by talking with Miss Kentucky. Miss Kentucky is Krista Colleen Keith. She's 15 years old. She's from Edgewood, and she's a sophomore in high school. Now, Krista, I understand you sang on cable television, is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Now, do you plan to make singing a career?
Yes, I'd like to be a contemporary gospel singer.
A contemporary gospel singer. Now, what's a contemporary gospel singer?
Well, have you ever heard of Amy Grant?
Okay. She's a contemporary gospel singer.
Yes.
All right. How did you happen to get interested in gospel instead of, say, pop or rock or something like that?
Well, my father's a minister.
I see. Now, I've always heard that it's real tough being a minister's kid, is it?
No, I've always found a lot of benefits.
What are some of those benefits?
Well, good advice free.
Could all use a little bit of that. Thank you very much, Miss Kentucky. All right, our second is Miss California. All right, Miss California is Sean Gardner. She's 17 years old. She's a high school junior from Modesto, California, right?
Right.
Now, everybody has the idea that California is Hollywood, glitter and glamour, but it's not the truth, is it?
No, not all. I'm from Modesto, and it's the heart of the San Joaquin Valley. And in our valley, we're known as the salad bowl country of America. We grow 6 crops of lettuce, radishes, onions, tomatoes. We're agriculture area.
So it's not like the pavements and the buildings of Los Angeles?
No, we also grow more cotton in our valley than any other country in our nation.
I'll be darned. Well, now, I also understand that you work in a modeling agency and you teach modeling to little kids.
Yes, I do.
How old?
Well, 3 to 12, and I just teach them a little bit about self-confidence and how to present yourself and walk and turn, just things like that.
Is there a lot of work for 3-year-olds?
No, not in modeling, but it's good for them, you know. They feel better about themselves when they go through the school.
I think it's very admirable of you. Miss California. Thank you. Our third candidate is Miss Arkansas, and she's Angela Boyd. She's 18 years old and a recent high school graduate, plans to attend Arkansas State University in the fall. Now, you were also the winner of Miss Amity, right?
Yes, I was.
I remember the look on your face when you found out. How did you feel at that moment?
I was so excited, I almost fainted.
Now, you're going to begin college this fall, right? What are you going to major in?
I'm going to major in fashion merchandising.
And what do you plan to do after you get your degree?
I hope to own my own fashion boutique.
Now, what kind of things would you sell in your fashion boutique?
Mostly cocktail dresses and formals.
Now, tell us about the chaperones. I understand that when all the girls are down here, you have a chaperone, right? What do they do for you?
The chaperones buy you just anything you need, and my chaperone is one of the greatest. Her name is Ellen, and she's so sweet. We've made her a banner, Miss Ellen.
I understand that over the past week, something special happened to Miss Ellen, right?
Yes, she had her 70th birthday, and we celebrated it with a cake.
How did Miss Ellen manage to keep up with all of you?
She has managed very well. She stayed right behind us all the way.
Well, I think that's terrific. Thank you, Miss Arkansas.
Thank you.
Next, let's meet Miss New York. She's Ruth Elizabeth Zakarian. She's 17 years old. She's from Amsterdam, New York, and she's a recent high school graduate. Now, you've gotten out of high school. What do you plan to do now, Ruth?
Well, actually, I'm graduating under the early admittance program, so I will be finishing my last year of high school and my first year of college in the same year.
I see. And then what do you plan to do? You also are interested in theater, acting, I understand?
Yes, then I'd like to transfer to the Herbert Berghoff School of Theatrical Arts in New York.
Now, I understand you were already involved in a theatrical group in your neighborhood.
Well, actually, I'm involved in a couple, Mike.
All right. Tell me about one of them.
One is the Role Players Repertory Company, and that's one of the ones I really enjoy a lot. We do improvisational acting.
Now, what kind of improvisational acting do you do?
Well, say, for instance, maybe a school would ask us to come and do a skit for them on maybe drug abuse. And then we would have a situation and then make up the lines as we go along. We present problems, but we do not present answers because life doesn't have answers to all the problems.
You're just trying to help kids bring out their feelings.
Yes, well, it helps them to think, to make up their mind about things.
Thank you very much, Miss New York. And now we have Miss Texas. Her name is Sherry Schultz. She's 17 years old and from Lubbock, Texas, and she's a high school senior. So you're going to be getting out soon, right?
I hope so.
Hope you do, too. What are your plans for the future, Sherry?
Well, after high school, I hope to go to college at Southern Methodist University in Dallas, Texas, and I hope to pursue a career in broadcasting.
Do you want to work in front of the camera, behind the scenes, what?
Well, I want to work both. I want to work behind the cameras with the lightings and the technical problems, as well as in front of the camera as a model.
I think she should work in front of the camera, don't you? Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, you've come to Lakeland, and you've been here all this week with girls from all over the country. You're the candidate, first Miss Teen candidate from Texas. What do they ask you about Texas?
Well, ironically, they asked me how many horses I have in my backyard, how many oil wells we have in Texas, and do I know JR personally. But I guess now I can tell them no, but I know Morgan Brittany.
Yes, Morgan will arrange for a personal introduction, I'm sure. Thank you very much, Miss Texas. All right, ladies and gentlemen, those are our first 5 semifinalists for the Miss Teen USA 1983. Now, we'll meet the next 5 in just a minute, but before we do, I think I see this tiny little figure way up there on the balcony, and it looks an awful lot like Morgan. And it is Morgan.
Hi, Michael. And while Michael is checking his notes and getting ready to interview our second 5 semifinalists, I thought you'd like to join me up here for a moment. You know, this is as close to a bird's eye view as you'll get without actually sprouting wings. We'll meet our second 5 semifinalists in just a minute. But now here's a word from Pringles.
It's time now to talk with our second group of semifinalists in our Miss Teen USA interview competition. So, please come forward, Miss Washington. Miss Washington is Rhonda Monroe. She's 17 years old, and she's a high school senior. Hi, Rhonda.
Hi.
What do you plan to do when you graduate from high school?
I'm going to go to college and take business and fashion design and fashion merchandise.
And then what do you eventually want to have, a boutique or something, or what?
No, I just want to go to school so I have something to back me up.
I see. What is your then major career goal then?
To be a professional model.
Now, you've already done a good bit of modeling, correct?
Yes.
What would you say? I'm sure there are lots of girls out there who are watching, who are younger and want to get into modeling. What would you tell them? What kind of advice would you give them?
If they want to do it, do it. You should do everything you want to do in life. You only live once.
Is it hard work, though?
It's hard, but it's worth it. It's lots of fun. You meet a lot of beautiful people.
I understand you had an opportunity to travel to Japan in your modeling, right?
I was in Japan last year at this time.
Did you learn any Japanese?
A little.
Say something for us.
Oh. Domo arigato. That's thank you.
That's what?
Thank you.
Oh, and thank you, Ms. Washington. Thank you very much. Next, we have Miss Nevada. She's Kim Cannon. She's 18 years old from Las Vegas, Nevada, and she's a recent high school graduate. Hi, Kim.
Hi.
What are your plans for the future?
I want to go to college and I want to major in computer science and become a computer engineer.
Oh, have a mathematical mind, do you?
Yes.
Now, I'm sure over the last weeks here you've met lots of girls and made lots of friends. What have you enjoyed most about meeting these girls?
Well, I've learned more about my country. I've learned a little bit about each state. So now I'm more well-rounded, know about my country more.
Now, what have the girls asked you about Las Vegas, living in Las Vegas?
If I live in a hotel.
Okay.
No, I don't live in a hotel. I live in a house.
And what else did they ask you?
Well, they asked me what it was like living there, if I gambled, if I went on the strip. But
Do you gamble?
No, you have to be 21 to gamble.
Okay, good. Of course, it's a normal life, only she has a slot machine in the hallway, right?
Right.
Thank you, Miss Nevada.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Next, we have Miss Virginia. Miss Virginia is Tina Morocco. She's 16 years old. She's a high school senior and attends Bishop O'Connell High School. I know Bishop O'Connell High School. Do you have a good football team this year?
I sure hope so.
Now, you're also a cheerleader there, right?
Yes, I am.
So you'll be rooting them on.
For sure.
I understand they've already started school, if I remember correctly, right?
No, we don't start until next Tuesday.
Ah, so you have a little extra time, right?
A little.
Now, when you graduate, do you plan to attend college?
Yes, I do, and major in dentistry to become an orthodontist.
Going to be an orthodontist. Why did you decide to be a dentist?
Well, I like to smile, and I like to see other people smile, and anything I can do to improve their smile, why not?
I think it's admirable. What did you learn about Lakeland, Florida over the last couple of weeks?
Well, I've learned that it is the citrus capital of the world, and in Polk County itself, it produces...
You can't go wrong at this point.
I learned that Polk County produces more citrus fruit than the whole state of California.
You're going to get me in trouble in a minute, huh? And you must have learned the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going all the way, right?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, all right. Thank you, Miss Virginia. All right. Next, we have Miss Pennsylvania. She's Diane Hoyes, and she's 18 years old and a recent high school graduate. You've graduated now, so what are your plans for the future, Diane?
I'm going to go to school for fashion merchandising at the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising in Los Angeles, California.
Gonna cross the country?
Mm-hmm.
Will you feel a little bit frightened going to a state where you don't know anybody?
No, my two brothers live in there. They live in North Hollywood.
Oh, that's right. It says here your two brothers are actors.
Yes, they are.
You didn't want to be an actress?
Someday I would like to be an actress.
Oh, I see. You're going to start with fashion merchandising and then move on.
Right, right.
Now, I also understand that you're the editor of, you're the entertainment editor, rather, of your high school newspaper, right?
Mm-hmm,
What do you do as the entertainment editor?
We reviewed restaurants and concerts and put in gossip columns.
Could you like review Air Supply? Who's going to be on our show soon?
Sure.
What would you say about Air Supply?
Give them an A+.
An A+. I think they'll give you an A+, too, Miss Pennsylvania. Thank you. And last but certainly not least, we have Miss Georgia. Miss Georgia is Kelly Gerald. She's 16 years old, and she's a high school senior. A senior. So what do you plan to do after graduation, Kelly?
First of all, I'd like to go to college at the University of Georgia.
Go Dogs, right?
Right. And I'd like to hopefully get a degree in early childhood education because I love children. And hopefully someday, hopefully, I'll be a singer.
Now, I understand you had an opportunity to sing at the governor's inauguration in Georgia, right?
Oh, yes, that was a very, very fun experience for me.
What was it like? Was it very exciting?
Oh, it was. I didn't sing at the gala because that's strictly professional, and I'm still strictly amateur. And I got to sing on the steps of the Capitol that day, and people were taking tours, and they stopped and listened, and it was really fun.
I also understand that you had an opportunity to eat dinner at the governor's mansion.
Oh, yes, I got to... Me and two other people, one of my very good friends from Perry, Georgia, invited me to go spend the night at the governor's mansion, and it was wonderful. And it was so exciting because the butlers and everything, they served us food, and it was so nerve-wracking because I had to make sure everything was just perfect.
Well, at least we know the governor of Georgia is living well. Butlers? Well, I'll call the Reagans and see that they invite you as well, all right?
Okay, that'll be great.
Yes, thank you, Miss Georgia. And those are our 10 semi-finalists, and one of them will be the first Miss Teen USA.
Well, we're waiting for the tabulated results of the judges' votes on the interviews. I'm glad I don't have to make a choice. Well, here are the scores. Miss New York was first, Miss Virginia was second, and Miss Georgia came in third. The swimsuit and evening gown competition live are coming up. But first, a word from Shure.
It's more than 10,000 miles from Lakeland to Australia, but our musical guest tonight made it all the way via their 1983 World Tour. They can truly be called an international supergroup. Now they're going to sing Making Love Out of Nothing at All from their new greatest hits album, ladies and gentlemen, Air Supply.
I know just how to whisper, and I know just how to cry. I know just where to find the answers, and I know just how to lie. I know just how to fake it, and I know just how to scheme. I know just when to face the truth, and then I know just when to dream. And I know just where to touch you, and I know just what to prove. I know when to pull you closer, and I know when to let you loose. And I know the night is fading, and I know the time's gonna fly. And I'm never gonna tell you everything I gotta tell you, but I know I gotta give it a try. And I know the road to riches, and I know the ways to fame. I know all the rules, and then I know how to break them, and I always know the name of the game. But I don't know how to leave you, and I'll never let you fall. And I don't know how you do it, making love out of nothing at all. 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 like you do, making love out of nothing at all. Out of nothing at all. Out of nothing at all.
From Australia, the exciting sounds of Air Supply. Wow, they're hot. You know, in addition to our contestants, it's a real kick for me working with Air Supply and with the Solid Gold dancers and my beautiful co-host and friend, ladies and gentlemen, Morgan Brittany. Whoa, don't you look nice today?
Thank you so much.
Having fun?
Oh, I am so excited.
I'm
Yes,
having a good time,
I
too.
am, too.
Have you picked a winner yet?
Well, I not only don't have one picked out, but I have no idea how I'd vote if I were a judge.
Yeah, gee, I don't know either.
I guess not, Michael. I can just guess what he'd do. He'd pick them all.
You're right. They are beautiful. It makes me want to go back to high school.
I see.
They're terrific. I'm glad I'm not in the judge's position, though. They've really got it tough.
Yes, they've worked hard at it all week. And each one of them, I think, is entitled to take a bow.
Well, that's a good idea. Then why don't you introduce each one of them?
Funny you should say that. I was about to do it.
I knew that.
All right. Okay, well, thank you very much, Michael. And now, here are the members of our celebrity panel. First, president of Hollywood-based Apple Productions, he produced the highly successful film Zapped. He's executive producer of the forthcoming remake of Where the Boys Are. He is Jeffrey Apple. Winner of several prestigious awards for her performances on Days of Our Lives, star of the film The Concrete Jungle. Currently, she is known to millions as Lauren in CBS daytime dramatic series The Young and the Restless. Please welcome Tracy Bregman. Three times an All-American, first player in Big Ten history to accumulate more than 3,000 career reception yards, and currently the star wide receiver of the U.S. Football League's Michigan Panthers, here is Anthony Carter. The president of K Models, one of the nation's most respected and prestigious model agencies, this beautiful lady from Denmark modeled on 4 continents and now makes her home in New York. She is Bonnie Kay. He is a record producer, businessman, and producer of commercials, but is best known as the director and percussionist for the internationally acclaimed Latin music group, Miami Sound Machine. Here is Emilio Estefan. After first gaining international recognition as a model, our next judge became an actress. She is starring in the film Warrior of the Lost World, to be released at Christmas time, and is especially remembered as the stunning Ilya in Star Trek. She will be a guest star this weekend on Casablanca, Miss Persis Kambata. A graduate of the University of Florida, our next judge has gone on to become one of the best-known and most successful golfers on the PGA Tour, recording 8 tournament victories in the past 6 years. Please welcome Lakeland's own Andy Bean. Our next judge is a native Floridian and University of Florida graduate. In addition to being a successful model, she starred on the daytime drama The Doctors and is currently co-starring as Joan Halloran in the TV series St. Elsewhere. She is Nancy Stafford. The trip from Cabot, Arkansas to nationally known prominence was truly achieved overnight for this young lady when she was crowned Miss USA in 1982. Since her reign ended last May, she's been busy with both television and personal appearances. Please welcome Terry Utley. Following in the footsteps of his father, this young man is an outstanding basketball player. After being a collegiate All-American, he's gone on to be an NBA All-Star, whose scoring average was the league's second highest last season. From the Denver Nuggets, Kiki Vandeweghe. And finally, celebrated for his distinctive style of painting, he's America's premier sports artist and appointed by the United States Olympic Committee an official artist for the 1984 Games. His new book, Leroy Neiman Winners, will be published next month. Please welcome Leroy Neiman. And there they are, the distinguished panel who will choose the first Miss Teen USA. Our live swimsuit competition is next, right after this word from Jim.
Out to meet our 10 semifinalists, appropriately wearing their citrus orange swimsuits by Catalina. In our Miss Teen USA swimsuit competition. Now, when the judges enter their scores in this competition, the computer will average the scores and show the results to you, our home audience. Now, in a nautical setting reminiscent of the yachting and sailing spirit of Lakeland, the Solid Gold dancers set the stage for the Miss Teen USA semifinalists. Swimsuit competition. First, Miss Kentucky.
Krista has brown eyes and dark brown hair. She attends Dixie Heights High School, where she's active in pep club and student council. Krista's plans for the future include a college degree in music and a career as a gospel singer.
Miss California.
Sean and her family enjoy spending their weekends together camping. And when she's not teaching modeling, she can be found swimming, dancing, or working out aerobic style. Sean is 17 years old and she's a blue-eyed blonde.
Miss Arkansas.
Angela has blue eyes and blonde hair. A sports enthusiast, she enjoys jogging, gymnastics, and teaching cheerleading. Angela's goal for the future? A career in the world of fashion.
Miss New York.
Ruth begins college this fall, majoring in theater. Already, she's active in community theater and hopes to make acting her life's work. In her free time, Ruth enjoys karate, singing, and working with handicapped children. Ruth is 17 years old with brown eyes and black hair.
Miss Texas.
17-year-old Sherry is a blue-eyed blonde from Lubbock, Texas. She's a high school senior, and her plans for the future include a college education and a career in broadcasting. Sherry is a cheerleader, and she also enjoys tennis, skiing, and traveling with her family.
Washington.
17-year-old Rhonda has dark blonde hair and brown eyes. Back home, she enjoys a wide range of hobbies, including racquetball and cooking. Is she a good cook? The unanimous answer from her three brothers is, you betcha.
Miss Nevada.
18-year-old Kim has dark brown hair and blue eyes. She now calls Las Vegas home. But growing up, her family spent 2 years in Australia. She's a high school graduate and would like a career in computer science someday.
Miss Virginia.
Tina is a high school senior and hopes to become an orthodontist someday. A cheerleader and sports enthusiast, she has won numerous awards in track and field. She has green eyes, blonde hair, and is 16 years old.
Miss Pennsylvania.
Diane is 18 years old with green eyes and blonde hair. In her leisure time, Diane keeps active swimming and skiing. Someday she hopes to have her own clothing boutiques in New York, Beverly Hills, and Paris. Now that's style.
Miss Georgia.
16-year-old Kelly has blonde hair and green eyes. She spends summers enjoying water sports, but her year-round first love is singing. Back home in Georgia, Kelly attends Westfield High School and works part-time as an assistant to her favorite dentist, who also just happens to be her father.
Now we want to give our special congratulations to all of our contestants. Now, 2 of our 3 areas of competition have been completed. Now, how are you doing at home as an armchair judge?
I'm at our computer station once again, ready to recap the judges' voting in the swimsuit competition. And I think here are the figures. Okay, first place goes to Miss Kentucky, second place to Miss Virginia, and third place to Miss California. Now remember, the audience here in the Lakeland Civic Center doesn't see these scores. Neither do the judges or the contestants. At this moment, you and I are the only ones who know how the panel of judges voted. Our evening gown competition is still ahead as the tension builds here at the Miss Teen USA pageant. We'll be right back after this word from Crest.
You know, during the year of her reign, the Miss Teen USA will travel the country representing the pageant. And this year's Miss Teen USA will not only be the first, she will be rewarded with that title, and the honor of that title, but with cash awards and gifts totaling over $100,000, which include a first prize of $8,000, a $12,000 personal appearance contract, and these wonderful prizes that Morgan will now describe.
Pan Am, America's airline to the world, will fly Miss Teen USA and a companion of her choice to a 1-week, all-expense-paid Pan Am holiday, anywhere they fly. Pan Am. You can't beat the experience. Our new Miss Teen USA will receive $10,000 in cash, plus a 5-year supply of cosmetics. From Maybelline, the official cosmetics for the 1983 Miss Teen USA pageant. Our contestants love candies, the shoes that stand for lifestyle to the girls on the move. Miss Teen USA will receive a wardrobe of candies, plus $5,000 in cash. Nice footwork if you can get it. Tonight's winner, as befits a Miss Teen USA, will be able to arrive anywhere in style, wearing a beautiful natural Emba Luna Rain mink coat, modeled here by Miss USA, Julie Hyatt, from the internationally famous Flemington Fur Company. Miss Teen USA will find fun and relaxation, not only on land, but also in the water, when she drives her Wellcraft 180 Elite, complete with a 140 horsepower Chrysler engine and a Myco custom trailer, all from Wellcraft Marine Corporation. Along with $5,000 in cash, to our winner goes a year's supply of Hawaiian Tropic natural tanning lotions and oils. From across the Pacific, Hawaiian Tropic, the scent of coconut, the tan of the islands. For those very special evenings, the first ever Miss Teen USA will receive, in addition to a $5,000 cash award, a year's supply of Daydreams, the fragrance that sets your imagination free. To this year's winner goes her symbol of elegance, her beautiful crown, plus a $5,000 cash award and an exquisite collection of jewelry, all from the new Sarah Coventry. Lorraine Downs, Miss Universe 1983, arrives in sporty style, as will the new Miss Teen USA, when she is awarded a dream come true, a fully equipped 1984 Mazda RX-7. All these prizes for the very first Miss Teen USA. Central Florida is home to the winter quarters of the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus. Inspired by this fact, the girls created the circus number you're about to see. Joining them are the Solid Gold Dancers, the Lakeland High School Marching Band, and your ringmaster, Mr. Michael Young. Here they are, the 51 Miss Teen USA contestants, as they salute the circus.
Join the circus like you wanted to when you were a kid. Climb aboard before it moves on, and you'll thank your lucky stars you did. Bum, 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 bum. When the circus comes your way. Circus! Join the circus like you meant to do when you were so high. It's your troubles under attendant you're bound to lose, and by and by, stay so long to fair Schenectady, reach sweet FLA. Toss your hat and cane in a sack, and then shoulder your pack, and then fix up the shade. Use some can and never look back again. Now's the time for bearing on back, my friend, when the circus comes your way.
Every circus needs a band. Here's the best band in the land. Dig that music, ain't it grand? Come follow the band wherever it's at. Let both of your feet meet. Time to the drum and feel your heart go rat-a-tat-tat. A flag in your hand,
With a flag in your hand
a plume in your hat.
and a plume in your hat.
Battalions of brass, pass and catch the light. Is there a sight that's sweeter than that? See the pretty lady toss that bat on high. Ain't she sweet as a daisy?
Watch the fella with the big bass drum go by.
Aren't you glad that you stay?
Here's the jubilee.
Ain't it driving you crazy? Don't you be so darn lazy. Better hurry and join that big parade.
Up out of your seat.
Fine, fine,
Stand
fine.
up for the band.
Come on now. Step out to that sweet beat. The bugle plays the sound that you'll remember all your days. And when you see that leader proudly raise his hand.
Just follow the band. Just follow the band. Just follow the band.
Just follow the band.
Everybody say you'll go with us. Pack your trunk and join
As you've just seen, the girls work very hard preparing for this pageant. Hours are spent rehearsing, trying on costumes, being interviewed by judges and the press. But in spite of all that, our Miss Teen USA contestants found a few hours in their busy schedules to enjoy some of Florida's favorite pastimes, which can be grouped together under the heading Fun in the Sun. Take a look. Virginia's Tina Morocco blows a kiss on behalf of all our young ladies, and they wave a friendly hello as they step off a Pan Am plane. Pan Am is the official airline of the Miss Teen USA pageant. Our ladies went from a commercial jetliner to the cozier cabin and even to the controls of the Cheyenne 4, the new prop jet which is built at the Piper factory in Lakeland. Did I forget to say that it was a full-scale model? That's a real Cheyenne 4 in the background. From the modern jet age to a prehistoric fossil hunt, Alabama's Jill Johnson found one bone and thought she might be the winner. But an expert named Shady, with help from Minnesota's Kimberly S., found an even bigger one. There was a dispute about who found the biggest bone, but Shady won, paws down. Next came an orange juice squeeze-off. In their Sunset Beach sportswear from Catalina, Melissa Lysak of Kansas told New Mexico's Eloisa Serna about an old James Cagney movie she saw, while Florida's Laura K. Erdman used a diversionary tactic and helped her teammate score a questionable but enjoyable victory. Shades of Willy Wonka as our young ladies visit the Publix ice cream factory and are put to work. Sherry Schultz of Texas finds there can be such a thing as too much ice cream. The way our young ladies watched, you could almost call it ice cream. Sean Gardner of California and Utah's Natalie DeGraw seemed confused between ice cream and cold cream. But there was no cosmetic confusion at the Maybelline Clinic, held by the official cosmetics of the 1983 Miss Teen USA pageant at Imperial Lakes, a living resort where our contestants stayed during the pageant. As you might imagine, everyone paid strict attention, some even took notes, and some, like Oregon's Gretchen Thoma, had a question for Stan Place, who conducted the clinic. His answers certainly seemed to be the right one, judging by the reaction of his audience. Candy shoes don't quite fit on water skis, but they can make quite a splash anyway, to the obvious enjoyment of our Miss Teen USA contestants. Hi, Mississippi, says Laura Zapponi to the folks back home, and makes it look as easy as sliding downhill. Quite understandably, these four young men on water skis really flipped for our contestants, and I guess vice versa. All this took place at the famous Cypress Gardens, where their young ladies saluted our young ladies in a most colorful example of the reception our 51 contestants received. Well, I promised you we'd go behind the scenes, and this is the control room. This control panel is the heart of the video system that sends this live broadcast to you. Every single button or lever on this panel has a specific function. I'll show you. Now, this gizmo here will take us directly to a commercial. But first, I'll remind you that the third and last semifinal competition, the girls in evening gowns, is next, after this commercial message. Oh, dear. It must be this one. Well, anyway.
Next one over, Morgan.
Oh, right. I knew it was one of these. Like I said, we'll be back after this message from Pert.
You will now have an opportunity for a last look at our 10 semifinalists. And a final chance for you at home and those of you in our audience here to make up your mind, because it's time now for our evening gown competition. Our setting is a summer evening dance. Each of our ladies is wearing an evening gown of her own choice. The escorts, the Florida Southern College Men's Ensemble. Air Supply sets the mood with the perfect song, Chances.
There's a chance you will be there. I'd like to know the truth. I'll find it out somehow. The chances aren't too strong. The chance you will be there. Please be there alone. chances aren't too strong. Chances all there is.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Miss Teen USA Evening Gown Competition. First, Miss Kentucky.
Wondering what to do, how to play my role. I'll leave it up to you. If I disguise my smile, it gives too much away. What if we can't speak? What then shall I say? Don't you be too long. Something has gone wrong.
Miss California.
Chances are all gone.
Miss Arkansas.
There's a chance you will be there, wondering what to do, how to play my role. I'll leave it up to you.
Miss New York.
If I disguise my smile, it gives too much away. What if we can't speak? What then shall I say? Don't you be too long. Something has gone wrong. The chances are all gone.
Miss Texas.
Overnight scenes, dinner and wine, Saturday girls. I was never in love, never had the time in my hustle and hurry world. Laughing myself to sleep.
Miss Washington.
Up lonely. I needed someone to hold me. Oh, it's such a crazy hometown. It can drag you down till you run out of dreams. So you party all night to the music and lights, but you don't know what happiness means. I was dancing in the dark with strangers, no love around me, when suddenly
Miss Nevada.
Oh, girl, you're every woman in the world to me. You're my fantasy. You're my reality. Girl, you're every woman in the world to me. You're everything I need. You're everything to me. Okay.
Miss Virginia.
Everything good, everything fine, that's what you are. So put your hand in mine, and together we'll climb as high as the highest star. Living a lifetime in every minute that we're together.
Miss Pennsylvania.
Forever. Oh, girl, you're every woman in the world to me. You're my fantasy. You're my reality. Girl, you're every woman in the world to me.
Georgia.
And here at our computer station, the tabulated results of the voting will be seen almost immediately. And here they are. In first place, Miss Kentucky. In second place, Miss New York. And in third place, Miss Virginia. In a few more minutes, the field will be narrowed to only 5 finalists. Will your favorite be a winner? I hope so. We'll be back after a message from Ivory Liquid.
You know, I'd like to take a moment to thank the people here in Lakeland for their kindness and hospitality. Thank you. Now I can see why a great ball club like the Detroit Tigers come back here every year for their spring training. You're great. Thank you. Super. Now, obviously, I can't get every one of you to get up and take a bow, but I do want to acknowledge some very distinguished members of our audience. First, I'd like to introduce to you the mayor of Lakeland, Mr. Frank J. O'Reilly. And now, the president of the Florida State Senate, Senator Curtis Peterson. And a Lakeland resident who represents his state in the United States Senate, the Honorable Lawton Childs. And the governor of the state of Florida, Governor Bob Graham. And we also want to welcome from the city that hosted the Miss Universe pageant last month, the mayor of St. Louis, Vincent Shamel. Now, you know, Lakeland is not only the citrus capital of the world, it also leads the nation in the production of phosphates. Now, I know. You are asking, what are phosphates? Well, I have the answer. We sent our very special roving reporter, Miss USA 1983, Julie Hayek, into the mines to dig out the story.
The city of Lakeland got its name from the hundreds of beautiful lakes which dot this lush green land. Many of these lakes are man-made, the result of phosphate mining. And this is a phosphate mine. Hi there, I'm Julie Hayek. It takes some pretty heavy equipment to handle a dig this size, and they've got the right machinery for it. This is the bucket of an incredible 8 million pound dragline machine. It's called the Ace of Spades, and Ace as it is, it's one of the largest of its kind. One sweep of this bucket collects 120 tons of dirt. It's all controlled by one man in an air-conditioned cab above the machine. And it's pretty hot out here, so I think I'll go in and cool off. This is Tim Clark, an official with the phosphate industry. Tim, how about a quick course of phosphate?
Well, Julie, most phosphate is used in fertilizer. In fact, 1/3 of this bag has phosphate in it. Most of the food you eat was grown with phosphate that probably came from here around Lakeland.
What's that you have in your hand?
This is a shark's tooth. The phosphate was left here millions of years ago when oceans evaporated. We find them throughout the mines. This one's about 15 million years old.
That's quite a bit older than our contestants. But tell me, how do they get the phosphate out of the ground?
Well, in this sandy soil, the only way we can is by surface mining, and then we reclaim the land.
How much land can be reclaimed in a mine?
100%, all of it.
This residential park used to be, believe it or not, a phosphate mine. It's hard to imagine the Ace of Spades at work here. Parks and communities aren't the only things that grow here. Let's not forget those Florida oranges. The Lakeland area is widely known as the citrus capital of the world. Nature, of course, is a big help here. Central Florida's sunny, warm climate and enriched soil help the oranges grow sweet and juicy. But don't adjust your color knob, because these oranges are green. But give them another 30 days, and they'll begin to ripen into that familiar orange color. We've got a date in about a month. And the rest of the oranges may have a date right here, this modern processing plant, where oranges are shipped all over America. A processing plant such as this can turn out 2,700,000 pounds of oranges, or the equivalent of 150,000 gallons of orange juice per day. Sure beats squeezing them by hand. But I'm working on a new invention, a new way to get fresh orange juice. See? Fast and simple. I think I better send this back to the drawing board, but we better get back to the pageant, for Michael Young is about to be the names of the 5 finalists. I'm Julie Hayek. Now back to you, Michael.
Thank you, Julie. Now, the announcement of the 5 finalists is coming up, but first, the contestants have something they'd like for you to see and hear. Now, you know good physical conditioning is important these days. Even those who don't seem to have any trouble staying in shape work at it. I'm talking about our 51 contestants and Morgan Brittany. So here, with the help of the Solid Gold dancers, they not only exercise, they sing about it.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Work that body. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Work that body. Work that body. Come on, girls, let's get it together. 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stretch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Push. 2, 3, 4. When we're done, we'll do some more. Working at the Lakeland Gym. We pageant girls are looking trim. We're done tonight. You gotta start. All right. Throw your arms up in the air. 1 foot here and 1 foot there. Do a try. All right. That's all right. All right. We're so slender. Don't surrender. We're still improving. Keep those bodies moving. 'Cause a winner must be thinner. There is no doubt. Eat your heart out. We all can win the prize or be the best around. But as for exercise, we're the smartest girls. We're the smartest girls in town. Oh, we got it. We got it. Now you do it. Yeah, yeah. All the G girls know the C girls. It's not surprising. We're all exercising. If your body's looking shabby, don't be so grim now. Join the gym now. We all can win the prize or be the best in town. But as for exercise, we're the smartest girls. We're the smartest girls. Work that body. Pedal it faster. You wanna be looking shy. Well, you better get it moving. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put it on down. You got the 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. Watch that fat disintegrate. Every day when we rise, we rush to do our exercise. We stretch and strain. No pain, no gain. All right. Gotta keep the bulges down. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're gonna win the crown. 5, 6, 7, 8. We're excited and delighted. Emphasizing, exercising. Push, pull, stretch, bend, reach, kick.
This pageant is a combination of a lot of things, like fun and hard work. You just saw a good example of both, and excitement and anticipation. Like right now, knowing that the announcement of our 5 finalists will be coming up. Right after this word from Ivory Bar.
It is time now to read the names of the 5 finalists for the title of Miss Teen USA 1983. Now, let me remind you once again that the winner will be the very first Miss Teen USA, and the names of the 5 finalists are on this card. Again, I will read them in no particular order. Our first of the 5 finalists is Miss Virginia. Our second of the 5 finalists is from the state of New York. Our third finalist with a chance to be Miss Teen USA is from the state of Texas. Two more finalists, and one of them is Miss Georgia. And last but certainly not least, Miss Kentucky. And there they are, the 5 finalists for the title of Miss Teen USA 1983.
There they are, the 5 very happy and very lovely young ladies who will vie for the honor of becoming the first Miss Teen USA. Was your favorite among them? Well, there you see the scores, but from here on in, no matter what the previous scores were, now all the girls start out even. Each of our semifinalists has an equal chance of winning. Right now, Michael has a question for our 5 finalists. Michael?
All right, now is our chance for the judges here and our audience at home to study the poise and intelligence of our 5 finalists. Now, I'm going to ask each contestant in turn the same question. Now, while waiting to be called on, the other young ladies will be in our booth back here, which is soundproof. So let's see, Miss Virginia, I'm going to start with you. If the other 4 ladies would please move back into the soundproof booth. All right, Miss Virginia, here's our question. What is there about teenagers you wish adults would better understand?
Peer pressure. Everybody's telling us not to do this because of peer pressure, not to do that because of peer pressure, and that we can handle it, that we can take care of ourselves.
Miss Virginia, thank you very much. If you would go back to our booth. And next we have Miss New York. All right, Miss New York, if you'd come right down here and join me, and we have a question for you. And our question is, what is there about teenagers that you wish adults would better understand?
Well, I wish that they would better understand that we really do appreciate all the little things they do for us, and that we are adolescents, so our tempers do flare up a little bit more than usual, and we're trying to control them. And even though we don't show the appreciation we should, we do love you all and appreciate you all.
Thank you, Miss New York. And next, we need Miss Texas. All right, Miss Texas, if you come right down here and join me, we have a question for you. Right here, please. All right, Miss Texas, what is there about teenagers that you wish adults would better understand?
I would wish they'd understand their more positive point of view, because sometimes when you look at a crowd of teenagers, one person will go out and do something wrong, and then everybody will focus in on that one bad person and say, well, all teenagers are bad. And I would wish that everybody would think that teenagers had a more positive point of view, that we do have ambitions in life, and we really are good people, too.
Thank you, Miss Texas. You'll go right back up there, Miss Texas. And next we need Miss Georgia. Miss Georgia will come right down here and join us. All right, our question is, what is there about teenagers that you wish adults would better understand?
I believe that adults need to understand that teenagers are under a lot of strain by their peers. Peer pressure is one of the hardest things to live up to, and I believe that I know my parents understand, and I love them very much, and if they just give us a chance, that we'll make it.
Thank you, Miss Georgia. If you'd go right back up there and join the other girls, and we'll have Miss Kentucky come down here and join us. All right, Miss Kentucky, if you'd join me right here, we have a question for you. Here it is. What is there about teenagers that you wish adults would better understand?
Well, I think that if the adults and the teenagers would just get to know each other better, and I think that they would realize that they can learn from one another. And I think that if they would realize, to give us a chance, that everyone can learn from one another.
Miss Kentucky, thank you very much. You go up and join the other girls. Now we're moving a little closer to finding out which of our 5 finalists is going to be the first, Miss Teen USA. Now, you know, during her reign, Miss Teen USA will be called upon for modeling assignments and photo sessions. And one of the qualities that she'll need is the ability to look relaxed in front of a camera. So with the help of the Solid Gold dancers as the photographers, we're going to hold sort of a little make-believe photo session. Now, as you're watching our finalists, the judges will be casting their votes and deciding who's going to be the 4th runner-up and, of course, who's going to be the winner. So it's picture-taking time when we all try to focus on the very first Miss Teen USA. I've seen your picture, your name in lights above it. This is your big debut. It's like a dream come true. So when you smile for the camera, I know they're gonna love it. They're gonna love it. We'll take your picture. We'll put it on a cover. The world will look at you to see what you can do. And when you smile for the camera, they're gonna say we love it. They're gonna say we love it, we love it, we love it. Girl, it will come back to you. Girl, it will come back to you. Then the shutter falls. You see it all on 3D. It's your favorite foreign movie. You're really looking fine, girl. You're such a work of art. You're gonna take my heart. And when you smile for the camera, that smile is gonna shine, girl. It's gonna shine. Girl, it will come back to you. Girl, it will come back to you. Then the shutter falls. You see it all on 3D. It's your favorite foreign movie. Show me a picture.
smile is like a light that brightens up the night. And when you smile for the camera, you know they're gonna love it. Smile for the camera. Pose for the camera. Smile for the camera. Smile for all the world to see.
What a thrilling thing this must be for these 5 young women. I know how excited I would be if it were me standing there. But there are 5 finalists, and there can only be 1 Miss Teen USA. Our computer now has all the information it needs to tell us the winner. In just a minute, we'll see her crowned live after this message from Secret, the official antiperspirant of the 1983 Miss Teen USA pageant.
The judges have made their decision. And I'm holding the final computer tabulated results, listing 4 runners-up and our first Miss Teen USA. Now, these results have been reviewed by representatives of the international accounting firm of Ernst & Winning. Now announce the 4th runner-up. Our 4th runner-up is Miss Texas. Our 3rd runner-up is from the state of Georgia. Our 2nd runner-up, Miss Kentucky. Now, the first runner-up is very important because should Miss Teen USA be unable to fulfill her reign for any reason, including being selected as the next Miss USA, the first runner-up will become Miss Teen USA. Now, I'm going to read the name of the first runner-up and then the name of Miss Teen USA. The first runner-up is Miss Virginia. Miss Teen USA is Miss New York, Ruth Zakarian. It's time for our winner to take her triumphant walk. Miss USA, Julie Hayek, will recite the Miss Teen USA Creed. Go ahead, Ruth. And for the many press photographers who are here, take the pictures that we'll see in tomorrow's newspapers. Come on, photographers, it's picture taking time.
Representing the state, the United States, in Miss Teen USA pageant, in order to further the cause of peace, justice, and mutual understanding, we solemnly dedicate ourselves to the highest ideals of sportsmanship, friendship, and goodwill among all the people of the United States.
You can see a very happy girl, Ruth Zakarian. Ruth, you want to step right over that way so we can get a few more pictures? Right over there, Ruth. Miss New York, Ruth Zakarian. Solid Gold dancers, Eric Klein, Morgan Brittany, and myself, and everybody here. I'm Michael Young saying thank you very much and good night.
was proud to be a part of it. Thanks, everyone. Good night.